try it again. Okay, I think it's working this time. Woohoo! Yeah! Alright! Look at my stupid face. Okay, everybody, I think that actually worked. Oh, shit. Did not. Son of a biscuit. Oh, shit. Where's my... crap. Okay. I lost my chat feed. Why must everything be awful? Okay, I'm going to click on there. I'm going to click on there, and maybe my chat will come back? No. Son of a mother fluppin', hoopity guppin', schluppy. Alright, we'll click on there. Is that what I'm... Oh, no, don't you do that. Alright, well, I can open up the chat on this side. Alright, I'm going to try looking through my tripod to see everything, and life's a mess. Power was out for like 5 hours today. I did a really shitty job shaving flowers into my face. You can see the flowers and the vines and the leaves on the vines. Alright, there we go. You guys can hear me. We're all good. If I don't have a technical difficulty, then what is this show really happening? I also spilled my entire glass of water on the floor, so my feet are just sitting in a puddle of water at the moment because it's carpet, and that's what life is. Oh, now I got too much gain on the mic. God damn it, you son of a... Okay, how about is that better? Is that gain is high? You son of a... All right, hardware, sound, recording, microphone. Levels. Whoa, levels are way up there. Okay. If we bring it down a little bit, bring it down a little bit, bring it down a little bit. Okay. Is that better? Am I not blasting your skulls out of your head anymore? Is that, yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Man, power went out and everything just went on me today. And the market went and everything went and everything's just full of farts. We are just full of farts, and hopefully that will be better. And still sounds too gainy. I got better, gainy, better, gainy, better, gainy. Okay. We're just going to go. And I'll have to try and fix all this stuff later. Man, I can barely see the chat. Got a stupid thing on my face. Last day of shiny shirt week. Power went out. I'm standing in a puddle of water. And, the mic's still rough? You son of a bitch. Alright, I'm just gonna bring this down to maybe there? Is that still gaining like crazy? If I can just get my face away from there. I had this thing dialed. It took me so long. You guys know. You've been watching for a while how freaking terrible at this I am. Oh my god. Okay, levels. We're just going to push that down to there. Hope that works better. Okay. A little better. Oh, good. Beautiful voice. Turn intro off. Oh, yeah, turn the intro off. There we go. Ha! You're not going to get me this time, suckers. Okay. So, to catch you up to speed, now that the microphone is all month of November, I grow a beard. And then I shave something stupid in my face on December 1st every year. I went with flowers this year. So, that's what you get. You get the flowers, and that's what I have. And so anyone asks what happened to my face, that's what happened to my face. It's also what's happening to your ears apparently right now. So, okay. I only have 2 things I can adjust the sound levels with, so. Alright. I'll just speak softer, I guess. Alright. Anyway, bring that guy down. Yeah, I'll bring it down to there and see how that works. Alright. So, now we've got like 400 things about the sound being awful, and the filter being awful, and my face being awful. And, okay. You know what we're gonna cleanse the palette. There's some palette cleansing here. And oh yeah, I gotta do Control C on those ones. We're gonna go here, and we're just gonna go somewhere in the world to just cleanse our palette and figure out who, what, where, when, why, and how life is for us. Protege Sun, giving us a palette cleanser, and it better work. There it goes. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here into Africa, and we are going to go. God damn it! Not again. Not the Eye of Africa again. The crypto-volcanic structure, people. I've talked about it 50 times. Oh, Protege Sun. Oh, get me to go there again. Okay, so. Justice for all. Power out the Pacific Northwest? That's weird. Yeah, we're not going to get Grandpa Barney in the chat today because there is no way he's going to be able to get in there at all. He's out there fixing power lines all over the place. And yeah, I know the audio's awful. I've done everything I can do just from here, so it's all I got. It's all I got. Okay, so Everton Lacerda, Houston. Just curious. I am negative in options. When do I get margin call? Is it when it reaches negative 100%? You only get a margin call if you're trading on margin. So it's not financial advice, but I do not recommend doing any of these squeeze plays while trading on margin. It's you're going to get hosed. You're going to be forced to sell your good stuff. So play with the cash account and don't trade on margin. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just that margin requires them to basically take everything you have whenever there's a bad day. And so you can't have bad days if you're trading on margin. Okay. I do not know of any other way of adjusting the microphone. I only have 2 knobs. I have to adjust the 2 knobs all I can. I'm sorry. That's all I got. All right, so news of the day. The market took a dump, and I think it's going to be taking more dumps. That's just how it's going to go. We are stuck in a system of everyone's freaking out and realizing that there's a giant bubble. The Chinese bonds are making up, apparently, according to Boss Blunt's his stuff last night, are making up a large portion of the collateral that funds and institutions are using for trading. And that's what we're going on. Yeah, so we don't have much else to do. And except sit around and just hope that it doesn't kill everything else we own. Everyone can't stop talking about the gain. I don't know how to fix anything else. I've done everything I can do. I have 2 knobs. That's all I have. There's no knobs on here. I ain't got no knobs on there. I've adjusted this one as much as I can do. All right, I'll do okay on that one and see if that does anything. I don't know. Tell you about my face. My face is flowers. I made flowers. And it's going to last until I shave it all off tonight because I did some really shitty job on these flowers. Okay, Cameron Mirza. What the freak is going on today? After hours, it goes up. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on today. How much did everything go up after hours? Not much. It's a pinch, but everything's red. Every meme stock is red. Every main stock is red. I mean, GM and Ford, meh. GoPro, meh. A little green. Everything else is just a sea of red. The market just got hammered. Yeah, Okay, now everyone's just giving me audio filters I can use. I don't know how to do anything. Oh, wait. Filters. That was something. Filters. Edit filters? No filters applied. All right. How do I apply a filter? Gain. Yes. Let's do gain. Done. All right. Let's turn that gain down. Ooh. Look at this. Okay. There's something. Did that do anything? Is the gain down? Is that working for you? All right. Well, I'm going to go with that and hope that did something. I mean, previously when I look at my green line, it went very high. Now the green line's very low. And there we go. All right. Beans Brigade, I'll pay you. Let me produce your show. I'll take it. I can't refuse that after. No, it sounds too low. Okay. Edit filters. I'm going to turn the gain. We're going to double the gain. How's that? All right. Limiter, too low. Is that where we're going? Is that... I spill water freaking everywhere. It's a goddamn puddle down here. All right. Gain's back up. Gain's up a little bit more. What? Low audio. Low audio. I don't know. Better? A bit more? Yeah, I'm at negative 2.6 on gain. Low, good, low, good, low, low, good, low. Triple it. Keep raising. Okay. We're at gain 0.7. We're in the positive. We're a little bit positive. Floor it. Spill water on the mic here at this point. Jesus Christ. Okay. Gain stuff. All right. Keep raising. Too low. Good. I'm getting more goods than 0.7 was it. I'm at 1.7. Is that... sounds good to me. Too much. I feel like we're back in June or July again when I didn't know what the hell I was doing with any of this. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'll put the mic in a microwave. Okay, that's a good idea. We'll roast the microwave. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. All right. All right, we'll fix later. I'm not gonna touch anything else. I'm done with audio. Audio is done. Okay, go away, audio. Okay. I don't think I have two mics running. That's off. I think I just have the one. All right. Sorry guys. You're gonna just gonna live with what I have. Meow meow. Have GameStop holders filled the DRS thingamajig and win Lambo? Will you Lambo or something simple like an Audi? I probably want Lambo. I am very partial to like late 80s, early 90s shit boxes. I'll probably have a vast array of terrible cars that are in various states of falling apart and need of complete repair. That's just what Houston does. I'll probably have my like Ford Taurus SHO, a 1992 Corvette ZR1, an 88 Subaru XT6. I don't know, crappy cars like that. That's what makes me happy. Matt Newton, just play the intro and let's roll. Fine. You know what? Fine, you guys. Fine. Have it. There. Happy? Cameron Mirza. Here's a flower joke. What's better than roses on a piano, tulips, or on an organ? What's better than roses on a piano, tulips on an organ? Oh. That's a dirty joke. What's better than a piano? The flowers on a piano. This After Dark show has already devolved into chaos. That's where we are. What's on my face? Flowers, people. Flowers. Flowers are on my face. I'm just going to type it. Wait, I can't chat? I'm going to have to sign a chat. Ugh. Alright, it won't let me chat from this thing here. I have flowers on my face. All right, Jack Tierney. Oh, that actually popped up the chat. Oh, I can see the chat. Amazing. Amazing. So now I can highlight you. I can copy that, and I can just go over here, and we can just have ourselves just a chaotic time because nothing else is going to get achieved today. So we're going to move up somewhere. Where are we going? Europe? We're going to somewhere in England. We're going to... Oh, it's the guy with the wiener again. You guys, we're just doing classics because the microphone's not working. It's classic. Intro's playing weird. It's classic. You're giving me the Eye of Africa and the guy with the wiener over and over. It's just we're just doing one of those clip shows apparently where the lazy writers just have you like talk about previous episodes. There's a dude's wiener. Look at that thing. Big ol' schlongus. And he's excited to see us all. He's like, I'm so excited to club something. This is awesome. Luke Alexander, Houston, check out Charlie's Vid's newest DD video that shows computer share was responsible for all massive shorting we encountered this week. Really? I'm going to check that out. They're really coming on heavy with the DRS stuff again. It's like another giant push, and people are getting angry at me on Twitter for saying that I'm just not going to bother. Yeah, I just don't. It's a pain in the ass. I'm just not doing it. And you guys can yell at me all you want, but I'm still not going to do it. Meow Meow, do you think Twitter should be allowed to censor political thought? The new CEO says in regards to free speech that times have changed. Well, I mean, I don't think that they're going to be censoring political thought. I think what they may do is crack the hammer down on people that do hate speech more than they have. There's quite a large element of some pretty bad fascist far right people that do pretty hateful stuff on there. Although the new rule they had yesterday about taking down images and video of people when it's of someone they don't like give their permission, well, that might be weird because some of the videos taken down are like fascists that are beating people, and like, hey, the fascists did not agree to have their video taken while they committed this crime. I think that stuff's kind of weird and a slippery slope into danger. So, I mean, I wonder if that's the real reason that Jack resigned, was he got pushed out, and so they can do stuff like that. I don't know. Karen Mirza, are you flooding Lake Vancouver? What's this rainstorm called? They're calling it's either Pineapple Express or an atmospheric river. Around me is flooding. I'm on a little island, and there's not really much. I mean, everything just runs off the island, so there's not too many spots where we can get flooding. But the big river systems that come on the mountains are flooding like crazy. This time of year, we should be starting to build snowpack, and these storms are so warm that they're just raining at like 8,000 feet, where it should be 100 inches of snow by now, and it's all flooding. Let's zoom out. Let's get out from Wiener Man, and I can show you what I mean. Okay. Zoom out. Let's go across the ocean to Merca over here. So we got the Cascades in the Olympics, and so all these mountains here should be getting snow dumping at 3,000 feet and above. It should just be snow. But snow level's like 8,000 feet, which is above most of the ski areas in these mountains. Like Mount Rainier's at 14,000, so they're probably getting snow at the top. But all these river systems, all these big valleys that are coming out, it's just inches and inches of rain, and it's flooding everything. So Skagit River especially, up here there's Nooksack and Sumas. A lot of engineering went on in the 20s, and so this entire region here around Abbotsford, along the border with the U.S., it used to be like a 13,000 acre lake. And they drained it all and did all sorts of weird pump systems, and it's all flooded. Like everything in here, it's back to being a lake again because the pumps can't keep up. And everything along the low parts of the Fraser River Valley are flooding. It's like Fraser River Valley at times has made deltas here, and in the past has made deltas down here towards Bellingham. And everything is just flooding. So all of these mountains surrounding Vancouver should be getting snow, and they're just getting rain, and it's just filling up that valley. So we're getting hit hard. It's just been storm after storm after storm, and it's been so windy. Holy smokes. Like, it just sounded like there was a jet outside my house all night last night, and then, power went out. So, even coming out of the Olympics, which is a small mountain range, they're getting flooding from all these rivers that come out of there. So, yeah, it's gnarly. It's happening. Back to Big Houston. So, I think Vancouver's getting worse than we are right now, because the storms seem to be hitting them more directly, and we're getting, sideswiped by them. Wallace Lockhart. Codex Seraphanius inspired flower beard. Cool. Thank you. Someone likes my flowers. I mean, I normally can do a better job, but my little fine trimmer isn't working, and I couldn't get it to work. So, meh. Okay. All right. Tybolak, you're on one of the islands near me also? Yeah, we also had problems that, Puget Sound is flooding, so at high tides, last month especially, some of the gangplanks for the ferries couldn't even reach the ferry because the ferries were so high, which is one weird thing. They should start planning for sea level rise on that. Okay. All right, people asking about Fidelity's fat finger mistake. It sounds like it wasn't Fidelity, but one of the people that trade under Fidelity that listed millions of shares available for borrowing, which is kind of fascinating considering that how many shares are held by retail. And I've turned my lending off. I don't know about you guys, but if you have a cash account, turn your what's it called? Your lending off. Don't let your broker lend out your shares. And yes, it's my audio, not your ears. My audio sucks. Sorry. Power outage, everything reset, and now my life is falling apart. Before we get very eyes. I'm just gonna get beard questions all day, aren't I? I made flowers in my beard. That's what Movember's all about for my friends and I, as we shave goofy shit in our beards on December 1st. And then we look like idiots, and then after that we look normal again. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, the Fidelity thing, I'm willing to believe that someone fat fingered that. Fidelity is long on these meme stocks. They are some of the biggest holders, and they stand to make a fortune during the MOAS. So I don't necessarily think that they're like, well, we're going to screw these people over, because if they can get a squeeze out of this, they make so much money. They make more money off this than they have off any other play they would ever have participated in. So, yeah. Ty Bolak, do you think UFOs or are alien drones? I saw 2 UFOs recently and completely blew my mind. Well, possibly. I mean, I wouldn't doubt if they send probes out. We do that. We'll take little ships and send them out to the far reaches of our solar system. They don't have any people on them. Allows them to travel vast distances over long periods of time. You don't have to worry about keeping anyone alive. You just put a little nuclear battery in there and they're good to go. So, Beans Brigade, Houston, the CERN collider detected its first neutrino earlier this week. Thoughts? Is it false positive? I would have to look that up because I did not hear that. How would the CERN collider detect a neutrino? Did they give one off? It'd be really interesting to see how they would. I don't know how they would do that. I'll have to read the article. If you have an article, post it and I'll give it a look. Have you read any sugar-free gummy bear reviews on Amazon? Oh, dude. If you haven't read the sugar-free gummy bear reviews for the 5-pound bag on Amazon, you will just laugh yourself until your gut hurts and you've got tears coming out of every orifice in your body. And then you want to buy a bag and slip them to people. Because, oh boy. My favorite one was about the family of 7 that went to their cabin for 2 weeks and brought along the 5-pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears, and they all had to share one toilet. and just how miserable and awful their entire experience was. Okay. All right. Kanye West beard. Hey, Houston, do you think metamaterials will be worth more than GMGMF? I don't know. I mean, GMGMF, their value will depend upon basically how many batteries they can produce. Because if they can start producing tons and tons of batteries the next couple of years, then they're going to be the go-to battery for everybody. Metamaterials, on the other hand, a lot of their technology is dependent upon people licensing it from them. So, like, one of the technologies is they can print a screen on a camera on a phone, and that screen will become the antenna for the phone. So you can get rid of the antenna systems inside of phones, and it's bendable and pliable, so you can have it in those folding screens and stuff. They can also do like holographic projections. They made this tiny little, like, itty bitty little camera that's a pinhole, and it is a color camera. It's crazy stuff they're doing with the Microtech. So a lot of the technology they're making, like, their lab will design it and then license it to Samsung or Apple or Huawei or whoever else out there, and so they can use that technology in their devices. And then Metamaterials will make a penny off of every one that's produced or whatever it is for billions of devices. So that's going to be a lot of their marketing. And then they'll probably become a patent troll. And if people use tech that's similar or copied from theirs and they don't pay them those fees, they'll just sue the hell out of them and get giant settlements and make cash that way. Kind of like Intellectual Ventures in the Seattle area. Intellectual Ventures has, I don't know, 12,000 patents or something. And they just spend most of their time just suing people for using their tech without paying them for it. Yeah. That's kind of what's happening. AMC Bull, Metamaterial, what's your estimate for the first of the year? Oh, goodness. Honestly, I have no idea. Everything's getting hammered right now. The announcement for the Torchlight preferred shares should be happening soon. We got a month. And it's all going to depend upon what happens with that preferred share dividend and if it forces buying. Yeah. Julianne, if Mount Rainier erupted, would Lahar reach Seattle? Well, let's look at the map. Okay, so we got Mount Rainier right here, this big boy. Most of the flooding would be coming into Tacoma. So you can follow this river, and boom, Pelican River pops out right in Tacoma. But some of these river systems head north and head into Auburn, which goes up the Kent Valley and would go down the Duwamish and into Seattle. So there would be Lahars that could probably make it as far as downtown Seattle as they follow these river systems. And like flood past Greenwater. Lahars would go everywhere. They would head into southern part of the Sound and out to Olympia. They would head down south and to like the Nooksack, and that would go south into Longview and down out into the Columbia River. But yeah, Lahars can make it to Seattle. If you don't know what Lahar is this like giant flood of debris, ash, and glacial melt that can happen from a volcanic eruption, and it's just like this huge flash flood and just rips all the trees out and logs are smashing stuff, and yeah, there you go. Iggy Limon, do you think we'll have a bona fide fire sale, $5 or $2? For which? What stock would have a bona fide fire sale? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that like AMC or GME are going to get that low, but there's probably several meme stocks that can get that low while everything is getting figured out. They're going to hammer everything. They're hammer everything. I mean, the fact that it's been revealed that all these Chinese bonds are being used as collateral and they're not worth bit. I mean, Chinese bonds are a cancer. They are a cancer that is malignant and just spreading. Like the bond market in China itself is just growing and growing and growing. This cancer spreading through it, and then that cancer is now metastasized, and it's little cells of it are spreading throughout the arteries and veins of the rest of the economy, and they're sprinkling themselves into all these banks and institutions around the world. And it's just like, now they've got like breast cancer growing in their armpit or their elbow or something, and they're going, oh shit, there's going to have to be a lot of surgery in the market to cut this stuff out, and we're going to do radiation and chemo and everything else. And the Chinese bond market is really, really, really toxic right now. And if you are a foreign investor invested in Chinese bonds, you're screwed. You're not getting a dime back. It just ain't happening. Whether they're corporate bonds or municipal bonds, you're not getting any money back from these bonds within a year. They'll all be tits up by then. Peter Donnelly, in your opinion, which is safer option, come MOAS, eToro, or DRS? Not financial advice. I mean, eToro is kind of like Robinhood. It's like a broker app and not necessarily a broker itself. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like they're a brokerage, but they have to tie themselves to a larger institution to be able to do their trades and everything. And I mean, DRS is probably more stable, but at the same time, it's going to be harder to sell with DRS. Yeah. And Iggy Limon, what do you think of Zero Lab's 66 Electric Bronco? I think I saw that thing. It's pretty cool looking. I love the idea of electric 4x4s. I just don't have much use for them because they don't have a far enough range yet. Like, there are times I'm out in the wild and I am, more than a gas tank away from people. And if I'm more than a gas tank away from people, then electric battery is not going to be able to get me back to civilization, but my extra cans of gas will. All right. Do China bonds impact investments in U.S. Treasuries? Apparently they do. I only got a glimpse. I didn't get much chance to do most of my reading today, but a little glimpse I saw was that U.S. Treasuries were allowing the collateralization of these bonds, and they're using those bonds to buy Treasuries, what it sounds like. Yeah. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. It's these Chinese bonds might be the biggest thing that happens to the markets this year. It's a giant Ponzi scheme, and no one can pay any of them back. And all these foreign investors are screwed. They're out hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars across a host of bond issuers in China, whether they're real estate, tech, conglomerates, municipalities, or the Chinese government itself. The Chinese government's gonna have to start printing money, and they've tied their currency to the U.S. dollar. So I don't know if they tied their currency to the U.S. dollar, it may even deflate the U.S. dollar like, in value. So, yeah. All right. All right. Cathal X says, check out DTCC Collateral Loan Program. Does not matter if you turn lending off or use cash account. Your securities are pledged as collateral. Well, Fidelity isn't a member of the DTCC, so I'm wondering about that. Fidelity is their own clearinghouse, just like JP Morgan is now their own clearinghouse. JP Morgan pulled out, and they're like, we want nothing to do with you guys. So not everyone is a member of the DTCC. So I don't know how Fidelity does their collateralized loaning. And a lot of collateralized loans, they don't like stocks being part of them. They call stocks toxic assets, and they prefer to having federal bonds or AAA rated municipal bonds and those pledges collateral for things. Just like right now on your account, you can't, if you have a margin account, you can't use your AMC or GME for margin for shit. Like, you will not get a penny offered to you as margin for those investments. They're too volatile. So no one wants to take them and use them. So yeah. My goodness, everyone's dropping in. I'm going to have to just keep. I shave flowers in my beard as my Movember mustache culmination. So you get the flowers, got flowers, little petals and whatnot, and that's what you guys get. The name's Bond. China's Bond. .007. I like that. I'm sorry. Everything's falling apart. I got terrible sound. I got crappy face. Power went out. Market collapsed. And I'm just rolling punches here, man. Okay, so. Any news in the debt ceiling? No news in the debt ceiling. No one's talked about it at all. Let's see if. Let's see. We'll just do a quick little news search here. I'm going to turn on the Chrome, turn off the Google Earth, and. Where are you? There we go. Okay. Go away. Close. Let's just go to search debt ceiling. Anyone talking about it? Congress votes with debt ceiling collision, another close encounter. Really? So that's 6 hours ago. 2 days ago, Manchin indicates pathway to resolve debt ceiling standoff. Manchin. 2 days ago, Congress in for dramatic December with drastic deadline from debt ceiling limit. McConnell says government will not default as debt ceiling deadline approaches. Well, I mean, if you just vote to raise the debt ceiling, when we won't. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sets new debt ceiling as December 15th. That was a month. That was a couple weeks ago. So, you know, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 articles in the last 2 days. Well, this is Yahoo Finance got Trumpers starting to not listen to Trump about the debt ceiling. Trump wants the debt ceiling to expire because he wants to see the country just collapse and the entire global economy collapse. All right. Yeah, Trump's is suggesting the government default, which would ruin the entire global economy like that. And would collapse everything, and you'd all be poor, and no one's pensions would be worth anything, and all of us would be eating cat food. But we can't eat cat food because the cat food factory is going to run out of money, and we won't be able to. They won't be able to make cat food if we let that happen. So, yeah. All right. Well, some of them are breaking ways with him, but a lot aren't. That seems to be the debt ceiling news. I think next week we'll start hearing a lot about it because next Friday is what, the 10th? That'll be the week before. Yeah, next Friday is the 10th. So the 17th. The 17th is third Friday. So that's our monthlies and yearly for options. The 15th, the Wednesday before, is when we could default. So we have 2 weeks from today before a total default to the U.S. government, combining with the yearlies for meme stock over options in general. Yeah. And that's Christmas. So, goodness gracious. Just from Dax, what do you think will happen with the debt ceiling this go around? Republicans are saying Democrats are on their own for this one. Yeah. Democrats probably are on their own for this one. They might be able to pull maybe 1 or 2 moderate senators to jump on, but even then, the moderate senators just have not helped. they're going lockstep with Mitch McConnell, and I think it's a really terrible idea. I mean, I'm all about MOAS, but I don't want MOAS to come at the expense of 8 billion people on Earth all having terrible lives as a result. So, yeah. Meow meow. Do you think shorting might come to an end after MOAS? I don't see the SEC making any real changes. Maybe hedges will think twice in the future. I wouldn't doubt if the post-mortem of MOAS results in folks in the SEC saying no, limiting naked shorting even by market makers. Just be like, no naked shorting for anyone ever. It's not going to happen. If you don't have the shares in your possession, you cannot short them. But I doubt that they're going to do anything about that prior to the market collapsing. So, yeah, that's the feeling I get. Wallace Lockhart. Ironic how a fraudulent game played for 30 years will stop because of a stock named GameStop. Yeah, it's kind of poetic. GameStop stopping the game. I like that. Wallace. Go Front YYC. G Fund. How about a live show during earnings next week? What time is earnings next? Earnings will be after hours sometime next week, right? GameStop earnings call. All right. Where's the date? What's the date? What's the date for it? Why is it not popping up? That's September's. That's not helping. 12:08. Ah, on 12:08. Okay, after hours. What day is the 8th? The 8th is a Wednesday, right? 8th is one. Yeah, we'll be doing a show probably while they're doing their earnings call. So yeah, we can do that. It's very possible. Let's do it. All right. Did Monkey Butt shave me? She wishes. I'll shave Monkey Butt. How about that? $2. Oh, how I would load the boat. Dude, I would load up so hard. $2. Nobody Z, I think the debt ceiling, if the debt ceiling isn't passed and we see the default, it won't be the end of the world. It'll be hard for the global economy for sure, but maybe it will stop going so insanely in debt. I don't know, man. I mean, we've got 29 trillion in U.S. federal bonds out there. And those federal bonds are the foundation, the bedrock of every investment fund, every hedge fund, every bank, every pension fund, every sovereign wealth fund on earth uses U.S. Treasury bonds as their collateral for doing anything. You default, and all of a sudden that foundation gets turned to powder, and all the groundwater comes flooding in, and everyone's screwed. Basically, no pensions will exist. So anyone who has a retirement pension, you will have no money. Gone. Social Security, insolvent instantly. Most of Social Security's funding is federal bonds. Sovereign wealth funds from China, Saudi Arabia, France, Canada, Germany, a lot of those are heavily invested in U.S. federal bonds. So all of a sudden, those sovereign wealth funds are tits up. Every bank you know of, tits up. It absolutely done. The U.S. dollar will be worth nothing. We will definitely have to print money like crazy, and printing money like crazy for something like this would lead to runaway inflation, and we're in Weimar days at that point. I do not think anyone comes out of the U.S. defaulting on its debt wealthier than they were before. I think everyone on earth loses value. From the poorest person to the richest person on the planet, everybody becomes just destitute. It's, SpaceX and Tesla won't exist. They're completely funded by U.S. dollars, by government contracts, by bailout money, by subsidies. They won't exist anymore. They're done. government contracts to Amazon or Microsoft or Raytheon or anyone. They aren't worth anything. We'll be screwed, absolutely screwed. Like, one thing about Janet Yellen and her harping on we need to pass this debt ceiling is she keeps saying like, hey, people are going to die and everyone's going to lose money. No one is safe. That's basically it. Yeah. We talked a lot about in September when we came close the last time around. Brandon Sparks, Houston, please check TradingView for GME on the minute during trading hours. Buy orders are rounded up to hundreds and look sus. All right, that's something I have to do tomorrow during market hours. Provided I don't get another stupid storm knocking out my power all day. I'll check that out. Okay. Well, Loretta Penny, we can sustain debt pretty easily. If the interest rate on bonds are below that of inflation, then, $29 trillion in debt here looks like nothing 15, 20 years down the road. We're like, man, that's nothing. That's one of the ways we've been able to sustain on debt. And the fact that our debt has become so foundational to so much of what's happening kind of makes it like if we aren't issuing debt, we're screwing the rest of the world because they need that debt to be able to make other plays. It's a very weird, terrible system we're in. And I'm sure that we need to come up with a better one, but I don't know if pulling that Band-Aid is how we're going to get there without just wiping people out. When Al from Boston coming on to discuss his $1 million per share thesis. Ooh, Al, we're supposed to talk. We didn't talk yesterday. All right, Al, if you're out there, we're going to have a talk, and we totally forgot to message each other. But I'm going to have Al from Boston on, or I'm going to be on his show one way or the other. I don't know, maybe in the next week. We'll work that out. Meow. Will banks actually follow through with a margin call when the margin call will liquidate all their assets? Aren't they dependent on each other? That is probably the stalemate we're in right now. They learned their lesson with Archegos, and banks like Credit Suisse still have not closed those positions, and they have them as just this toxic ball in their accounts of billions of dollars in liability. U.S. banks probably will if they get the guarantee that they'll be bailed out. But even then, if everything collapses anyway, then what the heck, man? What are we doing? Yeah. Joey Bale on vax mandate from debt ceiling leverage. I don't know what that means. Joey Bale on vax mandate from debt ceiling leverage. Oh, is somebody trying to tie the vax mandate to the debt ceiling? And saying I won't vote to do that if there's a vax mandate? I'm not sure, Matt Newton. Well, I don't know what that's. Joey Bale. Oh, I'm talking about Joe Biden as Joey. So Joe Biden would bail on the vax mandate to get the debt ceiling through. Possibly. Yeah, right now I think the vax mandates are for federal workers and federal contractors. They were trying to get OSHA to require vaccines for companies of a certain size, but that's been stalled. Someone sued, and since it's stalled in the courts. I don't know, but the Supreme Courts in the past have ruled that vax mandates are legal. So I'd be curious. This court might not, because they know what side of their bread is buttered. I don't know. Traditionally, parties have used things like the debt ceiling to get all sorts of stuff sent through. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, nobody's okay. I don't want people to die and lose all their retirement savings, but I do hate the debt and government's sucking value of people's savings through inflation. Yeah, I mean, there is such better ways to fund things for the United States government than how we do it. And one of those things is actually, people don't like hearing this, but, having a government service do something rather than farming it out to contracts. One of the biggest problems with funding in the Iraq and Afghanistan wars is that aspects that were vertically integrated inside of the military were all of a sudden taken up by federal contractors at 100 times the price. We had Army cooks and Navy cooks, and you did kitchen duty and everything like that, and you fed thousands of troops. They had this whole logistical chain for feeding armies, and feeding armies is one of the most important aspects of maintaining an army that goes around the world. And all of a sudden in Iraq and Afghanistan, the army cooks weren't cooking. They farmed out to like KBR or Bechtel or Halliburton, and they had these kitchens that were making food at like $100 a plate for soldiers, and it was costing a fortune. And we lost so much money through these federal contractors that were just sucking that money away. And how's that paid for? With debt. Paid for with debt. And so it's, we sometimes need to go back to just having the system that was always doing it do it. It's cheaper to have a bulk buying for army cooks and have the army cooks cook the food for everybody. That's their job. We also have problems, with infrastructure in general, where you go to some place like Norway and the contractor that does all the road work is actually owned by the government. So there's people on salary and they just go and fix roads. Whereas in the United States, we do a low bid contract. All the bidders collude with each other and, spend way too much money on their bid. And then they take forever and get overages and all sorts of crap. And so a project that should cost $100 million costs $2 billion. And we lose out massively on that. Think of your local town. If your local town had an asphalt paving machine and a crew of 5, and their entire job was to just repave roads year round at cost, right? Rather than $1 million a mile, they're doing it basically for their $75,000 a year salary plus benefits plus the cost of tar, and they're just doing it that way. So there are certain ways we can utilize the purchasing power of our tax dollars to actually save people money and not cost them a fortune. So we need to fix that. And if we want to address debt, that's how we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to figure out a way to, lighten up with a lot of these contractors. The contractors have become so bloated that we're screwed because of it. We're screwed because of all these contractors. They're absolutely just taking so much money. It's wild. Okay. More people asking about the beard. They're flowers. I made flowers. I get flowers for today only. Meow meow. So what's up with Bill Huang now? Starbucks barista, fluffer and Van Nuys, dumpster diving for Papa John's. Yes to all the above? Tied up in a basement in Pomona, awaiting to be the star of a snuff film. I don't know. All right. Monkey dog. You're a good dog. Okay. Okay. Man, really? You see Bill Huang at the grocery store? Really? Can't imagine him doing his own shopping. Doesn't seem like somebody does his own shopping, but, some people could surprise me. Bill Coyne, ever notice everyone wants to change, hates the present system, but wants someone else to do it without them being affected at all? Yeah, we're going to have to accept, if we're going to turn the system on its head, you have to expect upheaval of some kind. I always find it amazing, like, the polling of Congress in general is like 9% approval rating. Everyone hates Congress. They're the worst. But then you poll them about their local representative, and they all love their local representative. Oh, my local representative is the best in the entire world. Everyone else's sucks. It never occurs to them that their local representative could be part of the problem, right? So it's a weird, I don't think it's quite NIMBYism, but it's got to be some sort of parallel to it at some point, where it's like it's a you problem, it's not a me problem. I did it right, you did it wrong. And yeah, we have a 9% approval rating for Congress, but the local congressman has a 50% or greater approval rating. Kyle Cooper is a fellow beardo. I appreciate your dingleberry beard. They're flowers. Can't you see they're flowers? They're so flowery. Limited 251 Houston, can you explain why January is so scary for market makers and what it means to retail investors? I'll try to do the best channeling of Gherkin as I can. So in December and January, we have yearly options come due. So these are options you can buy more than a year out, and there's huge numbers of them. So there's people that bought January options that are due this year before December of last year. And they bought those options when the price of GameStop was like $10, $15, and they bought options for, let's say, $45 or $100 for just pennies, absolute dinkly dink little pennies. And they have the ability to exercise those options this January and cost market makers a fortune in doing so. These option houses and market makers still may not possess the shares available in order to have those options exercised and deliver what they need to deliver. And this can cause a huge gamma the following week. And if you participate in the weeklies for the following week, you can probably get a lot of green out of it. And what Gherkin was suggesting is, and what he's going to do is he's going to play these options, utilize the gamma for the fourth week of January, make a bunch of green on it, buy February 18th options, and then exercise them before the date, so that while the gamma is happening on the January calls, they'll also force them to go out and buy the February ones as well, doubling the gamma. I think it's pretty evil idea, and I like it. It only works really if a lot of people do it, but there's a few folks out there that got some extra cash, like Gherkin, that I think can make a big play and really just add to the pain in January. So the market makers are not looking forward to January at all, or even this month. There's a boatload of yearlies this month as well that are coming due on the 17th, and so the week of Christmas we might see some gamma as well. Now, all of this has to somehow dance with the fact that we've got the toxic Chinese bonds in the market affecting everything. We've got this Omicron variant. We've got the debt ceiling issue coming up by the 15th or before. It's going to be a wild one. It's going to be a roller coaster, and good thing that all of us are used to riding one of these roller coasters a whole bunch. Best of the rest, 222. Isn't there a case in allowing companies and markets to fail and not bail them out? Otherwise, aren't we in an infinite loop of debt crisis? Yes, and there's lots of companies that won't get bailed out, but one of the big problems is that you can't let a whole bunch of banks all fail. Because our system requires so much short-term capital and so much consumer debt to operate, we cannot afford a debt crisis. So, if people can't get a loan for a car because the bank doesn't have any cash to give a loan, then cars aren't going to get bought. And if cars aren't bought, then the car companies collapse. If the car companies collapse, then the economies of entire states collapse. If those economies of entire states collapse, then we have everyone down the supply chain also collapsing. Then all the car dealerships go under, and you're looking at 25 million unemployed just in that one industry. If the housing market collapses because people can't get home loans, then people aren't building houses and they aren't flipping houses and selling them. And if people aren't selling these houses, then the value of everyone's home collapses. And the largest pocket of wealth most middle class people have is the value of their home. And if the value of their home collapses again like 2008, 2009, or maybe even worse, then those folks have nothing left. They have nothing to retire on. They got nada. Construction companies go belly up. Makers of construction products go belly up. You got Home Depots closing in areas. You got Lowe's closing. You've got True Value Hardware's closing. You've got lumber yards closing. It becomes such a toxic runaway system if they can't get those consumer loans that they're screwed. And then on the other side, you have business loans. You got short-term business loans. You got small business loans. You got all these places that need credit to be able to operate. You got payroll loans. A lot of folks, they're like, hey, I need to make payroll. So they go to the bank and say, hey, I need $100,000 short-term loan. I have this contract coming in worth $150,000. You give me a loan, and in 30 days I'll pay it back when this contract comes in. I say, cool. Well, all of a sudden they can say, okay, I can do payroll if I can get this loan, but now I can't because the bank has no money to lend out, and I'm going to miss payroll, and all my employees are going to be destitute, and I'm going to get slapped with fines. And our system has created so many gigantic banks that all of them are too big to fail now. And we need, how to put this, we need to break them all up. Bank of America should be 100 different banks. Wells Fargo should be 100 different banks. Chase Manhattan should be 2,000 different banks. Right? We need to break them all up, make way more regional banks, and just lessen how dependent we are upon like these 6 institutions. We cannot have everything consolidated in just a few, because when something toxic does happen, they're so integrated and so wrapped up with each other that if one goes down, 4 of them goes down, and the 2 left standing will buy up the assets of all the others, then the system becomes even worse and more dependent upon even fewer. So we need to just break them all up. Jamie Dimon needs to be in charge of one little bank, not one giant bank. And yeah, that's my rant for the day on that one. All right. Anna Rulnick. Saw a video from Jay Ingram. Never watched him before. His cats predicted MOAS will start Friday and peak next Thursday. The market's going crazy now. Maybe that's not so reasonable. Maybe that's reasonable. I don't know who Jay Ingram is either. I do know that with the amount of red we saw today and last Friday, that pretty much anything is possible at this point. There's upheaval in ways that, I wouldn't doubt if we see some people differentiating themselves from Wall Street offices in the coming weeks. Be some bad Christmases for a lot of hedge fund guys, I think. Yeah, there's so many weird stuff that it's really hard to figure out which one is going to be the catalyst, because there's so many things that can be the catalyst. We still have just a boatload of evictions happening. Just a ton of them happening right now. Got tons of foreclosures happening. That will probably mount. Got the Chinese debt crisis. We've got inflation. We've got the problems of not having enough workforce. We've got supply chain issues still. Well, those are supply chain issues are starting to get mitigated a little bit. They're moving more stuff through the ports faster now. We've got corporate debt bubbles. We've got just a bubble in the market in general. there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. Seabound 117, isn't Bank of America basically a zombie now thanks to international bond defaults? Yeah, Bank of America is, I think, the prime broker, or their subsidiary is the prime broker for Citadel. So, they've got so much liability right now. They're screwed. That's why they'd take $123 billion in bonds. And you know what? I don't even know if they even sold all those. Does anyone have any way of finding the data on how much of those bonds Bank of America has actually sold? Because that's a lot of bonds, man. That's a lot of bonds. Aaron Salentine, Houston, can you explain what happens when the dividend for MetaMaterial comes out? Well, the two options for the dividend is a cash dividend, or all those MMTLP, the Torchlight preferred shares, roll over into stock in a new oil company. Those are the two things. Now, there's one big problem looming right now, which is the value of oil has absolutely collapsed in the last 2 weeks. When oil was at $80 a barrel, the value of that land was worth a fortune. Now oil's at what, 60? Oil price per barrel. Where are we at oil? Oil 65. Ooh, man. So oil's at 65 bucks a barrel right now. And the oil that's the Torchlight fields, I think, is profitable at $57 a barrel. So we're hovering just above profitability for those oil fields. Now, it was gangbusters last month when oil was over 80 bucks. But now we're at 65. That's a big collapse. And if the economy collapses further, oil just goes because people stop driving when the economy dies. So, yeah. That's not good news for everybody. So, those Torchlight preferred shares, if they sell the oil fields, which I don't think they've sold, and I doubt they'll sell before the end of the year, are probably going to get rolled into a new oil company. And if that stuff is rolled into a new oil company via the same oil fields, and the market is still depressed on oil all of a sudden, but when the oil is at 80 bucks a barrel, that company will be worth a fortune. So everything's kind of right now. Everything's just pooping. Everything's just big pile of shit. Stonk mom, world's going to shit. Exactly. But at least on AMC and GME, that's it, man. The world is going to shit. And when just like when you have the diarrhea, it's coming. It's going to be messy. You just sometimes don't know exactly when it's coming. Yeah. Yeah, Beck, sorry my microphone's terrible tonight. We had a power outage and everything on my computer reset, and I just, all that hard work to make my microphone sound good is all gone now. And it's just like, today was a crappy day, man. That's where we are. We're in a crappy day land. Yeah. Another person saying monkey butt got a hold of clippers. Yeah, blaming you for this, monkey, not my own crappy skill. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, buddy. Come here. Come on, monkey. Come on, little buddy. Come on. Say hi to everybody. There you go. There's the monkey butt. She's saying hi. Yo. Hi, buddy. Oh, yeah? Is that what you're doing? You looking at the flowers? Yeah? Seabound can confirm my oil stocks got hammered this week. Yeah, man. Yeah. Michael Sterling. No, I didn't lose a bet. I actually won because I made the better beard of all my friends. So I made flowers. They're flowers. I'm going to say it again and again. The beard is flowers. It'll be gone by tomorrow. The volcano on Cumbre Vieja is going crazy right now. Sounds like Armageddon. Oh, where's there? Cumbre Vieja. Oops, wrong button. Dang it. No, close. I'm not trying to change the elements of the website. Did not copy. Sorry, one sec. Go there, and boom. So it's apparently going absolutely bonkers. 55 minutes ago. Oh, it looks like getting some explosions. Oh, I forgot to put on the... Sure, whatever. All right. Live updates. Now, 11th week of eruption. New city competition. How's everybody? Interesting. Got a new lava flow? Or is this the same one? Ooh, look at that. That's a good lava river right there. Holy smokes. Look at that thing. That's awesome. Oh, I want to see a lava river so bad. Thing's hauling. Such a laminar flow. Look at that go. Man, that's so cool. Lucky ducks. Yeah, when was that? It's the 10th lava flow since eruption began. That was a couple days ago. Okay. Cool stuff, man. Matt Noon, how much worse is this than 0809? That is a good question. I mean, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, it'll be worse than 0809. It'll be way worse. It'll be absolutely impossibly worse. If we raise the debt ceiling, we have a potential to actually combat this at the federal level. But if they don't raise the debt ceiling, then the government will basically take away every tool they have to do any mitigation. So basically, yeah. But the amount of money involved that's going belly up in China dwarfs anything that happened in 0809. I mean, we're looking at a contraction of 2 trillion, I think, was 0809, and this could be of, I don't know, 8 trillion, maybe more, just from China's side. So a lot. It could be pretty bad at this point. Laminar Flow will be the name of my future band. What breed is Monkey Butt? I have a Lab Kelpie Staffy and looks very similar. She has the same flying nun ears. My girl has a lady gray beard also. Yeah, Monkey's 6 now. She started going gray though right after I got her. She was less than a year old and she started building gray in her muzzle. She is a Whippet and Catahoula leopard dog. So she was found in the jungles of the Big Island in spring 2016. Just abandoned puppy. She was about 9 months old when they found her. Just wandering around eating bugs and fruit. And so Humane Society rescued her. And then Alaska Airlines does this thing where they'll fly rescue pets from Hawaii to other places in the country for free to non-kill shelters to get probably a big tax write-off. So Monkey Butt showed up with like 30 other dogs, and she was the only one that wasn't a pit bull or a chihuahua. And I was like, that one. And that's how I got her. And you're so lucky, aren't you? You get to sit in the room with me all winter while I talk to a stranger on the internet. Yeah. She's like, oh, I hate this so much. We can go outside. Go stay in the rain. You're not going to go stay in the rain. You hate the rain. KM, is Charles Schwab a good broker to hold AMC? I think Charles Schwab is one of the brokerages that did shut off the buy button. I believe they did. But they're a big brokerage. They've been around for a long time. I use Charles Schwab to trade crappy penny stocks. So that's what I feel like, doing stuff with penny stocks. I use Schwab because they don't judge me. They're like, whatever, man, it's your money. You do whatever garbage you want. And they came out of USAA. I loved USAA as a brokerage. I thought they were solid, but they sold their brokerage services to Charles Schwab and they got out of the brokerage business. Yeah. Wild-haired pointing griffin. Huh. I had a Basset Fauve de Bretagne that I grew up with. That was they were made from Griffin Britannias and everything. Basically, they're like look like Benji. That's what they look like. Foofer was his name. He was a great little dog. More people asking about the beard. I made flowers in the beard. They're flowers for one day only because every December 1st I shave something stupid in my beard. In years past, I've had pretty I've had much better ones than this in years past. My favorite one of all time was I did a semi-truck on this side, and then I did the mud flap girl on this side. That one was my favorite. The Pac-Man and Ghost with the food pellets is pretty good. I had a man with a leash walking a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. That one was pretty good. This one was just kind of lazy. Normally I would have started much earlier, but the power was out all day, and my good razor needs electricity, and then my trimmer just wasn't working very well, my little trimmer. So you get what you get. Forever, my crappy beard will be memorialized on the internet via this broadcast. Chris Adams, what's your opinion on GMGF charging from solar? Different use of solar charging. I mean, the fact that they can, using like 110 or 220, they can charge those battery cells in a minute means that solar charging might go really fast compared to other systems. It just depends upon how efficient the solar panels are at getting a flow of energy into a battery, and how much, having a battery that acts much more like a capacitor means it can just gobble up energy so much faster than traditional batteries can at the moment. And that's the genius behind their technology. Get Real says, Jacob's using 369 theory. Can you tell us about it, 369? It was a Tesla theory. Friday the 3rd, Monday the 6th, Thursday the 9th. I don't know enough about 369 theory. I'm going to have to... That might be a Friday thing. I'll have to look that up before I can explain to anybody. Eve Duster, have you ever looked behind Lincoln's head on Mount Rushmore on Google Earth? There's a surprise back there. Oh man, I guess we're going to go to Mount Rushmore, aren't we? Google Earth. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. I don't think I ever have. Here we are in the Black Hills. We're going... Alright, which one was Lincoln? On here, up. Why can't I see whose head is what? Behind Lincoln's ear. So let's see, it was, this one's Jefferson, right? And Teddy Roosevelt. I can't see. I got some scaffolding here. What am I looking for? Which one was Lincoln's ear? I had to look it up because I can't remember which order they're in. Mount Rushmore. So Lincoln is he's the one on the far, so Lincoln is this one. Lincoln's this one right here. So that's Lincoln. So behind his ear. Yeah. Oh, great. Now I'm stuck on the road next to Mount Rushmore. That's not where I want to be. Alright, so behind his ear. I don't see anything behind his ear. Maybe behind this ear? Right in there? That looks like his ear. Ah, damn it. I'm right back to where I was again. You son of a biscuit. Lots of hoodoos. Lots of granite. This granite's got a lot of gold in it, too. There's a lot of gold in this granite, by the way. Alright, you have to just tell me what's behind there, because I'm not getting anything magical out of this. It's going to keep taking me back. Alright, well. Sorry, Eve. I can't see anything behind his ear. So that one's Lincoln, I believe. And I can't... And that's his ear, unless that's his ear. No, that's probably a nose. That's probably Lincoln's nose. That's his ear right there. I can't see anything. But, man, it's cool granite. I'll give you that much. I do dig plutons, granite plutons. Well, enough of that. Sorry, Eve. As far as I can go. I'm not at Rushmore. That's totally Rushmore. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 faces of Rushmore right there. This isn't Rushmore. Then what is it? Yes, it is. That's Mount Rushmore. Promenade. Promenade. See? I'm at Mount Rushmore. That's them right there. So Lincoln's Head is that one. Oops. Lincoln's Head's that one right there. And, yeah. I don't know where else to go from there. Well, that's behind Lincoln's Ear. I don't know, Eve. I don't know. I've done all I can. That's them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Did anyone hear a woman whisper about body wash? I don't know. I might have had. I wonder if this thing was playing. I wonder if an ad was playing on here. That's probably what's happening. So we'll turn the Chrome off. Blink. Go back there. There we go. There's the 7-foot long cave in there. Okay. Okay. Eve Dusser, they were building a museum there. Then World War II broke out. There's an actual doorway. Try to approach it coming from the front of their faces. Okay. All right. We'll try one more time. Make Eve happy here and see what we can do. I try to approach it from coming in front of their faces. So I'm going to go like this. Their faces are blocked here. Come on. I don't know why the overlay is goofed up and they're putting the scree slope in front of their faces. That's not working well at all. That's not helping anybody. I feel like watching my dad play, my 85-year-old father play Mario Kart. He just gets stuck in the corner, and that's all he's good for. So, I'm giving up. I'm getting up, Eve. It ain't happening. How old is Monkey Butt? Monkey Butt's 6 and change. Best we figured is her birthday was sometime around August 2015. Don't know for sure. We don't know for sure, buddy. Do we? You're just a dog living your life. Yes, you are. You're just a dog living your life. Somewhere around there. Wait, I don't have any sound on my computer, so I have no idea if ads are playing and making sounds. I can't hear it at all. All right. All right, so yeah, send me a screenshot, Eve. I would love to see, because this isn't working over here. And we can spend all day trying to make Google Earth do what I want, but Google Earth seldom does what I want. Okay. Dinglebeard. Told you guys can make fun of my face all you want today, because I've got flowers on my face and nothing can get me down. Even my computer freaking out, power going out, market crapping, and my microphone being a hunk of crap. Okay. I wonder if they actually, what was the National Treasure movie when they go to I wonder if they use the real cave for that, for going behind Lincoln's Head. Okay, man, 7 o'clock on my side. It's 10 o'clock for some of you. I may have to call it quits for a bit. I do have some school stuff I gotta get done here. So we'll do like another 15 minutes, and then I gotta give it a for the evening. We will do a Friday night show. I'm not sure what time. I'm going to go look at Mitsubishi Montero Friday evening. hopefully something I can rip the guts out of and put them into the war rig so I can get that thing running. So we'll see. It might be super duper after dark show Friday evening. So my guess is the Euros may dominate that one because they'll get it for their Saturday morning show. But yeah. Accuse adrenaline. Oh, I see them now. The flowers. Oh, not really. It's a flower. Look at it. It's got little petals, and then in there's the pollen, and then it's the vines and the little leaves that come off, and then there's a big leaf here and another flower with petals. See, it's a flower, right? It totally is. There's Stars of David for Hanukkah. That'd be a good one to do. I could do Stars of David. It's pretty doing geometric is way easier than like trying to make round things, especially with my crappy trimmer broken. Yeah. Get close to the camera. It's not that great. It's as good as I can get with the tools I had at the time. Yeah, see, Squamps enjoys it. I think it's a good topiary. I'm gonna shave it. Yeah, my mic's all messed up. I'm sorry, DVS. We had a power outage and everything just reset on my computer, and I'm gonna have to like work on that. Do a Gaussian beard. I had thought about doing something geometric one year where I would turn my sideburns into, I can't remember the name of the little design. We always draw them as kids. We do like oops. These type of things. I thought about doing the sideburns like that one year, and then I just messed the whole thing up. One year when I was in France, I decided to do zigzags while I was in Paris, as these like crazy little zigzag sideburns. And all these girls on the metro kept thinking I was someone they had seen on MTV. And I was like, yeah, totally, that's me. You want to go somewhere? But yeah, it is bold art, man. Can you read the War of the Worlds radio broadcast like this? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I have a cassette of the War of the Worlds broadcast somewhere from Orson Welles. I wonder what. Maybe it might be my mom's house. I had it somewhere. I do have like an original cassette of it. But. Houston, do you believe in Pokemon? I honestly don't even know what a Pokemon is. Pokemon kind of became popular when I was already fairly old, and so I didn't really play any of the Pokemon games, so I don't actually know. I know you gotta like capture stuff, because they say capture them all or catch them all or something, but I don't honestly know what Pokemon is, other than that children are obsessed with it. And I've been obsessed with it for 25 years now, ever since I was too old to care what Pokemon was. And I don't have kids of my own, so I don't have anyone explaining it to me. So I am completely ignorant. I'm as ignorant of Pokemon as I am of Hot Pockets, which are still in my freezer, and I still haven't cooked those things yet. So, yeah. Okay. Eve sent me pick to Twitter. What we got? Oh, you know what? I can open it on this. Boom. Boom. Messages. Where's my messages? Why are you not opening? Oh. Here we go. Accept. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I'll bring you guys up here. Turn off Google Earth. Turn on the Chrome. This is what the cave looks like. So that's what we're trying to see behind Lincoln's ear, is that guy. So desne. How come it doesn't show up on my Google and it shows up just fine on your Google? What the heck, man? That seems to be someone's playing favorites. Google's playing favorites. Okay, I saw this thing on there, but I didn't see the cave part. I saw that contraption. Okay, well, there you go. There you go. Shaboom. And shabing. Okay. I was zooming in too close. All right, fine. Copper, love listening to discussion, insight, and thank you for being able to take a joke. I'll just make myself a joke at that. Good luck with the war rig. Yes, I'm hoping the war rig can ride again. Oh, maybe by February. It might take that long. Might take that long to get the engine in there. And you know, if you want to check out tomorrow's got a good transfer case too, I could swap that sucker in there. Oh, it'll be lovely. Just can't have it snow before then, because then I can't get anywhere until war rig's up and running. Squamps, Med Materials wouldn't let us go on a field trip to their factory or lab, would they? They might let you do a tour, but they're constructing their headquarters right now. Before, they've been in rental space in business parks that were part of the Innova Corp, which is the venture capital group run by the Nova Scotia government. That's who funded, was the original like angel investor for Metamaterials. And so they're constructing their headquarters right now, which is going to be, I don't know, like 100,000 square foot facility. And that's, I'm sure when they get done, you could probably, if you are in the Nova Scotia area, be like, hey, I'm a shareholder. Can you show me what's going on? And they might let you do that. Why not? Use it in the Hot Pockets. Great name for a jazz band. Doing Hot Pockets, might as well eat sugar-free gummy bears. Noted. I do have them sitting in the freezer because I've never had one before. So if I am feeling especially blocked, perhaps I will give them a whirl. Accused Adrenaline, somebody bought a yacht on Metaverse for $650,000. Money laundering? Yes. There was some data that I saw this last night showing that 97% of NFT purchases are like the same dozen or so people just shooting back and forth, and they're probably using it to wash money. They're probably, you know, they produce an EFT, they have one of the other accounts buy that EFT, inflate the price, and then they do it again and again and again to make multiple purchases look legit over and over, and then they can wash whatever nefarious realm they got their crypto from through that, and yeah, and then, you know, why not? I wouldn't doubt if there's a whole bunch of Russians that have been working scams of washing crypto that way. Can you leave us with some words of encouragement? All right, words of encouragement I'm going to leave you guys with is, by now you're used to the roller coaster. So, you know, it's got its ups and downs. We do this. Buy the dips if you got the cash. Hold on tight. Maybe go, every once in a while. Other folks that are in the economy do not have the fortitude for big drops like we do. I mean, yeah, if you can use these dips as a way of like averaging down, do it. Why not? But as a whole, the worse the market gets, the better it is for us. We're negative beta stocks. We thrive when the market's taking a crap, and we do the opposite of them. So, yeah. DVS Houston burning his mouth with a Hot Pocket live stream on fence. Maybe I'll make it a special event when Houston eats his first Hot Pocket. I'll make it a special pay-per-view event, and you guys can watch it from both ends. How about that? All right. But inspiration-wise, buy the dips, keep holding. You know, stuff's going to shake out because there's a whole bunch of weird things happening, and all I have to do is just sit back, go like this, and wait. That's it. That's all we do. Yeah. So, you know, Chill, baby. Chill. Yeah. Squamps has a quote from Girk. It says, if someone wants to present me with evidence of a dip before the rip, I think it would look something like this. Yeah, that sucker's going to go boing at some point. And we're, gobble it up. Get those shares while you can, man. Why not? Why not? Okay, that's going to be it for me, folks. I will see you. I might do a Twitch tonight at some point. So let's do it. Let's do a Twitch later tonight, maybe in like 2 or 3 hours for those of you who are night owls or Europeans who are waking up. I'll do some GeoGuessr and show my stupid beard on Twitch for everybody, and that will be that. But right now I need dinner. 1, now that the kitchen's working, I can get dinner. And 2, I still have to do some school stuff. Next week is my last week of classes. So after that, I'm on break, and I'm gonna try and do 5 shows a week if I can during break. At least, we'll see if it works. We're gonna try to do a whole week of shows starting for Christmas break. We're gonna try, and I'm gonna work on the microphone, especially before Twitch happens. I'm gonna have to work on that. Okay, everybody. Ready? Are you ready for what makes you most excited? Yeah, I know you are. Here you go. Wah!